So that way, as the birds, if a bird's like standing on a perch, you could still read the number of the band. You want to bring it up for me? Oh, you got feathers.
Yeah. He's a feisty one.
So, and then we're gonna cinch this band easy.
For some reason, it wasn't transmitting. It's recording, but it wasn't transmitting.
So I've got a little oblong going on, but that's easily fixable with a pair of pliers. Yeah, and see how we got clearance the whole way around. That band's not rubbing. It's on there, but it's not gonna like wear a spot on the leg. So then with these hawk bands, on the small birds, like on kestrels and sharpshins, we're using like 3s, 4s, that are pretty much butt to butt bands that don't have these flanges. These bigger birds will pick bands off. They'll pick on them, work on them. That's why this flange is here. So actually what we're gonna do,
You're good.
is we're gonna come in. Bryn's setting me up here, I can tell she is.
Setting you up for success.
And we're gonna work this flange over. And like I said, I've got control of the band. It's just a matter of, this is the toughest part of it. And once you get that started, then I come in here with these, and usually it cinches right up. Just like that. And what I'll do is I'll size it a little bit better here. Like that. Ooh, that's an ugly one, Bryn.
Probably better than the last one.
Not really.
Beautiful.
And then we'll just make sure it's even there. Worked that time. Did you see that? Okay, so now, technically speaking, that bird is ready to roll. It's banded. This bird's thick enough. Doesn't have the biggest crop, but it's full in the breast. It's a healthy bird. These small birds, because we're taking so much energy out of them, I mean, technically speaking, this bird had a free meal. So it exerted the energy to come down, hit that pigeon. You know, it made the attempt. So any bird that's small, any bird that's seems like it needed the meal, we get. What'd you do with it, Brent?
Hey! Just put the cat back.
This is just a neutral cow, but it's just a super high calorie. We'll give a dollop of this. We'll kind of work it into their mouth. It's not the easiest thing to do, but because this bird's healthy, we're not going to worry about that with this bird. But that's always an adventure when you get a feisty hawk and you're trying to get a runny paste into their mouth. But yeah, other than that, that's kind of the banding process.
Awesome. Thanks for going through that. You did a really good job. We got 6 people on there, by the way. This is Eric Murray, UIU alum that is working this fall with the Raptor Resource Project. And then, Bryn, what's your last name?
Olson.
Bryn Olson. Good deal. Luther College intern who's been working up here too. And they're holding a hatch-ear red-tailed hawk. They actually had 2 right when we got here, so that was exciting. There you go. And so, yeah, we're going to release this bird now. Does that work? Okay, we want to take a peek out and make sure there's no...
Yeah, do a good scan before you go out the door. I don't know what a pigeon looks like needs changed.
Yeah, make sure nobody's... I hear a blue jay.
So if somebody wants pictures, otherwise you guys can fight over who gets to release it. Okay, she already
Carrie'd like to? Nice.
Okay, so again, see how she's got a thumb on the shins? What I'll do is I'll come here and go ahead and let go. That way you can get a good grip.
There you go. And then you can just...
a firm grip. Yep.
Go. That one's going pretty good.
And then if you want a still picture, great. If not, we can get a slow-mo of you doing a release.
You want me to go back in front of you?
Yeah, we'll have you go back.
And watch the lines, Carrie.
Yep. Don't. And then just go about to the edge of the shadows again.
Yep, you're good, dude.
Okay, and again, it's just out on 3, it's just a, yep, exactly. You good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. not care about that tree.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is the blind that we were inside here. This is up a hill on Luther College's campus. We've got the setup there. You can see the pole. There's a pigeon that's on a line there. Eric went through the setup here that I uploaded that video, but I wanted to show you the mist net over here. That was one thing that wasn't clear in the video earlier, so I gotta watch the line so I don't trip while I'm doing this. But the mist net is so called because it has this really, really thin, dark, loose, you see these bags, the mist net trammels. This is what the line's going across here, and then when the bird hits the net, it drops down and catches in these pouches, basically. You can see it's really difficult for the birds to see that mist net trammel. So yeah, here's the blind, and I'll give you a brief look from inside to kind of give you a tour of the space in there. So they're setting up the attractant over there. So here's the setup. You can see the metal bands that are issued by the federal government, the USGS Bird Banding Lab in Patuxent, Maryland. Here's an example of their data sheet. You can see the information that they've been collecting. You'll have to watch those other videos to get the walkthrough of that. Here's the balance where they get the mass. We've got the big old ruler here for getting the wing cord. They've got a ruler here for measuring the tail length. You can see the banding pliers that you can use to open and close. See the banding pliers, and different cans that they've got for holding the birds. And those cans have got the mass of the can on there so that they tear that weight off. There's a harness for the pigeons and the bait birds. Let's see what other information they got. Sanitizing, they've got their air purifier, and you can kind of see the setup so that you look through these little viewing slits, and then they run the pigeon with these guidelines, and so they pull the line there and it raises the bird up in the air. So let's see what other info. They've been decorating the blind in here. I'm trying to think if there's any other equipment that's necessary. So they collect the mass, they collect the length of the tail. So some of the things that I measure too are like tarsus length and the culmen. So you can actually see like some of the information of the body parts of the bird that they can collect. And yeah, I'll do some more videos, but for those of you in class that were tuning in, sorry, I don't know why it wasn't streaming at first, but it recorded, it looked like. So I'll be able to upload that, and I'll let you guys take a look at that later. I'll try and send you an email to give you a heads up when that's actually up. So is that Patrick Nachtman? You're not in this class. So anyway, here's the setup of the Decorah Raptor Resource Project's bird banding blind. So you can see lots of really nice viewing slits and the setup. There's a bow net over there. Actually, let me walk out and I'll show you the bow net, because this is an important part of the process. So there's lines running along the ground here, and the bow net has a remote control where they trip it when the bird gets close to this spot, and yeah, that snaps that bow net over. So okay, that's 9 minutes. We're up here in beautiful Northeast Iowa. So, and here's UIU students, Luther student, and Eric Murray. So, okay, have a good one.